Here are 5 must-know tips every actor needs to know for a Zoom audition. Now, one of the first things you need to remember is that this is your audition. And be prepared that the people hosting it may not know how to fully use Zoom. So the more confident you are with how to use the functions in Zoom, the better off your audition is going to be, especially because your nerves are going to kick in. Another thing you need to be mindful of is that you want to have the same type of setup as you have in your self-tape, right? So this is my setup where I have a gray background. It's basically just the wall is painted gray. The light is coming from in front of me, not behind me. If you're typically your self-tape setup, if you're standing during your self-tapes, that you're also standing for your Zoom audition, just because it'll help you to be for consistency, right? So you want to make sure it's the same. Another tip is you want to make sure that you use an Ethernet connection for your internet instead of Wi-Fi. That helps when it's windy, when there's like stormy weather, and the Ethernet connection's much faster, so your video is not going to lag as much, and you're just going to have a higher quality. Because if your video suddenly cuts out, they won't always come back to you. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm so sorry we couldn't get to you. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can on your side to give the best audition possible. Now, if you're like me, my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port anymore. So I had to buy this thing called a dongle, and basically the Ethernet connection goes into this little box, and then the box has a cord that plugs into my laptop. So that's how I'm able to do that. Okay, now let's get into the 5 tips I was planning on telling you guys about. The first one is you need to know how to pin. And the reason why that is that you're going to be reading the script, or you're going to be going the sides with a person who's called the reader, and you want them to be front and center. So let me go ahead and pick a person. You're going to go to the box that they're at. There's going to be the top right hand corner of their picture box, 3 little dots. Click on that, then you're going to go down to pin. Now it might take a little time, and you see they come up, and this is now my reader. This next thing you want to do with that is also you want to hide self view. In order to do that, you're going to go to the top right corner over here. It says view. Click on that, and you're going to go all the way down to hide self view. So now suddenly you saw that my name disappeared. The reason why you want to hide self view is you do not want to see yourself perform while you're doing the audition. Bad things will happen because you're going to get distracted by yourself, like, oh my gosh, I didn't look good there, or what was that weird little look, and just it's bad news. So hide the self view so you don't have to worry about accidentally seeing yourself in the performance. All right, let me go ahead and remove this pin. Now, another thing to do is hide non-video participants, which is also helpful because sometimes that way it's also not a distraction. So we're going to still go back up to the top right corner, and then you're going to go down here to hide non-video participants. And when you do that, everybody who doesn't have their video turned on has disappeared. Now, sometimes you will see someone like this box right here where it's still visible, and sometimes what they've done is they've actually put their video is live, but they've put something in front of their camera, so that way you're seeing that back of that sticker or picture or something, and not their actual video feed. So I'm gonna go back and click on show non-video participants. What are some of your tips you have for Zoom auditions? And if you're finding this video helpful, click like and consider hitting the subscribe button. Okay, the next thing, let's talk about audio. So BG noise removal. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go down to the bottom left-hand corner where it says audio, where it has the little microphone. You're gonna click on that arrow, and you're gonna go up to audio settings. In audio settings, right, so you'll probably start off here where it has speaker, scroll down past your microphone, then you're gonna go to audio profile. You wanna make sure that Zoom background noise removal is the one that's clicked on. Next is BG noise suppression. Now, right underneath it, you have background noise suppression. Now it's automatically, or the default setting is auto, which is automatically adjusts noise suppression. What you wanna do is actually have it on low, faint background noises. And what that does is to help it, well, the background noise removal helps for things like when your dog starts barking or someone's using the blower next door. But the low faint background noises, what that does is it actually cuts down on the lag time. I don't know if you've ever tried to sing someone happy birthday and in a Zoom meeting, and everybody is off in timing. Part of that is all the lag that's going on in the meeting from the live streaming. And this helps cut down the lag so that way you and your reader are able to have like a better flow as you guys are doing the scene together. I'm sure if you've in acting classes, you've already seen when there's like that awkward pause where you're like, okay, did their screen freeze or what's going on? They forget their lines, and a lot of it has to do with the lag time there, which also can do with if you're using Wi-Fi, which is why you really want to go back and make sure you're having Ethernet. All right, I hope you guys have a great day and get out there and make your own content.